Good morning everybody. We are just waiting for the car to warm up a bit and for the window to demist so I can see. Where are we off to, Mr. Matthew? School. We're off to school. We're not thrilled, are we? But this is the last day of the week because Matthew is off tomorrow. It is a teacher training day, so fingers crossed for good weather tomorrow and we can maybe go to the park.
Yes,
Matthew.
I got a strike, Mum.
Very good. Matthew's playing a game called Game Builder Garage. Is that what it's called?
Yep, and I made bowling.
And he's made his own bowling. There you go. You made your own bowling game, haven't you?
What's this?
I can't really see. Whoa, that's so good. Right, I will see you at the other end. Would you believe me if I told you I was in Sainsbury's car park again, guys? But not for shopping today. I actually received an email to say that the Christmas present we'd ordered from Argos is now in stock and we can pick it up from the Argos that's inside the Sainsbury's here. So I am back again for the third time this week to Sainsbury's. Hopefully the last time, because I'm getting a little bit sick of Sainsbury's now, to be honest. So I'm going to pick up this present. I need to nip to Mum's to drop off some of the cookies that Jack baked. I promised Jack that I would drop some off for his nana and granddad to try, and then I'm going to go home and make some breakfast, and then I'm going to go to Aldi to do what I call our big shop. I normally do the big shop on a Friday, but as Matthew's off tomorrow, I've pushed it forward and I'm going to do it today. We've pretty much eaten all the bits and bobs in the freezer and the cupboards that I wanted to get eaten, and it's looking pretty mother hubbardly and depleted in there, so I think it's time to have a nice big stock up full of fresh veggies and some freezer bits. A few moments of panic when I could fit it in the boot but I couldn't close the boot door at the back. I was like, oh no, and I didn't think I'd be able to fit it through the side doors at the back, but I have remembered now that I can actually fold my back seats down. So you know, when you panic and everything, like, common sense wise just escapes your head, but it is in, it fits in, and I am whizzing off to Mum's now to drop off some cookies, and then I am gonna head home for some breakfast. Morrison's. It made sense while we were over this sort of area where all the retail parks and supermarkets are, because the Thai curry paste that we use for our curries, the only one we like is at Morrison's, so I'm going to nip in and pick up a couple so I've got them all stocked up, and then fingers crossed I shall have no more supermarkets to go to until Monday. That's 3 whole days with no supermarkets to go to, which is quite exciting. I will see you at home when I unpack my big grocery shop. Ooh, Christmas drinks offers. Got distracted by plants, people. It's 1:45. It is coffee time, guys. I'm feeling a bit today. I feel like I've done quite a lot of running around these past 4 days. I don't normally run around this much, actually. My daily sort of life is more home-based, just pottering around the house, like cooking and cleaning and tidying around and stuff. But this week's been a little bit busier, and I think it's because Kev was off on Monday and Tuesday, so we had things that we wanted to get done then. and the shopping this week's just been loony. I promise you I do not go into supermarkets every single day normally. I normally just do 1 or 2 fairly big shops, and then if I need to nip in for extra little bits, so be it. But I feel like I've done a shop every day this week and it's a bit bonkers. I'm gonna have to sit over the weekend and do a meal plan for next week, which is what I used to do. I used to sit down and do a meal plan like 5 days. So I used to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, and then go shopping on Friday for Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, and then go shopping again on Monday. But this last week, I know it was because we're trying to use bits up, but I think it's a bit much. I think I spent most of my day in supermarkets. I've done, let's see, which supermarkets we've been to: Aldi, we've been to Tesco, we've been to Sainsbury's, and we've been to Morrison's. 4 supermarkets in 4 days. I think that's just a bit excess, isn't it? I'm gonna have a coffee and I'm gonna sit down for 15 minutes, and then Kev finishes work at 1:30, and I think he's gonna do some stuff in the garage. So I am going to run the hoover round upstairs, because despite not having a particularly thick hair, it seems to be all over the floor upstairs, so I must be molting, and I noticed it this morning, so I want to get that hoovered up. So that is the plan for the afternoon. Coffee now, hoovering this afternoon, and then it will take us to school run time again. These days just fly by. You think when you leave work you'll have all this time, which you do have all this time. But sometimes I feel like I'm busier now not working than I was when I was going to work every day. But I am 100% so much happier now. Even though my job was only a couple of hours a day, a few days a week. I don't know, I'm just much happier now, just mummying around, I suppose, as I would call it. Just getting the house done, getting the teas done, just having a little bit of time just to chill before the Hurricane Matthew comes in at 3:30, and it means the weekends are a bit more chilled because I'm not playing catch up with laundry and stuff. I can just chill out with him and be there for whatever needs he has at that sort of weekend, if that makes sense. But that coffee is coming up now, the kettle is about to click off, and I will see you probably later on when I get home with Monkey. If this vlog was to have a name, Friends style, it would definitely be the one when she spent the day in the car. I feel pretty much every single bit of this vlog has had me chatting from the car, but some days you just do a lot of driving around, don't you? But I am waiting for Matthew to come out of school currently. It is just about to hit 20 to 3, so I am half an hour early. But I always do try and come at least half an hour early. I'm actually a bit late today, so I haven't got a good parking space. The situation with Matthew's school is, on the site there are 3 schools, and at school finishing time they all come out within about 5 minutes of each other, so it's so busy. There's Matthew's school, there's another primary school, and then there's a comprehensive school, and between 3:05 and 3:15 the car park, the playgrounds are just absolutely teeming with mums and dads and dogs and older children coming out of the high school, and mums with pushchairs and buggies and toddlers running around everywhere, and it's just an absolute gauntlet of disaster for Matthew. It's just trigger central. But if you get here early, and I mean like super early, like 45 minutes before school finishes early, there are 6 little parking spaces right near the playground that Matthew comes out from, and it's so much easier if I can get a parking space there, and then I can just walk him straight across the playground into the car and home, because there's been so many occasions when he's heard a child scream, or somebody's whizzed past him on a scooter, or something's happened and it's made him jump, it's given him a shock and it's triggered him, and he's pulled out of my hand and he just goes tearing across the road. He's got no concept or awareness of danger or road safety or anything like that, and he gets quite aggressive and quite volatile when he sees little children, especially if they're screaming or crying. But today I was chatting to one of our neighbours before I set off, and it has resulted in me being about 5 minutes late, and I have lost one of the front parking spaces. So I'm not too far away, but I am far enough to be a little bit anxious about walking him across the playground. But what can you do? It was my own fault. I should have stopped yammering on to my neighbour and got my butt in gear and got out in time to get a good parking space. But fingers crossed it will not be too busy. They do let him out of his class 5 minutes before the rest of like his year group and his school. But letting him out 5 minutes before means it coincides with the other primary school coming out. So there just isn't really a solution. The only solution it would be to pick him up like 20 minutes before school finished, which school wouldn't authorise, or to get here like 45 minutes before I pick him up to try and bag one of the good parking spaces. So yeah, that is the current situation. So I'm just going to sit here and check some emails, and then it will be the last school run of the week because we are off school tomorrow, as I said earlier. Everybody has come in at the same time today. We've only been in about 5 minutes as well. So we've started to have to drive the long way home to avoid a bag that Matthew doesn't like. So yeah, somebody's got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bag which Matthew hates.
So what does that make you have to drive the long way?
To avoid it. Because when we drive down the normal way, there's a child with the bag. So we have to now drive the long way around to avoid the bag. Right, we are going to make some hot cocos and get cozy. How dark it's getting already. It's 5 to 4 and it's getting really dark. The sun has set. We're nearly time.
And for every driver.
Good boy, thank you. Hot chocolates in Christmas mugs because it's nearly December. Cozy, cozy. Hot chocolate. Candles lit. Child happily playing on the Switch, which you can't really see because it's so bright. I am going to sign off for the day and say thank you very much for watching. We are going to get cozy and tucked up for the night. We passed the road gritters as we were driving home from school, which means it's going to be a super chilly night and likely to freeze. So yeah, we are going to get our pyjamas on. We have got hot chocolates. We're going to light all the candles, get all the curtains closed and just hunker down for a lovely cozy evening. So thank you again for watching and I will see you tomorrow.